Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome to my video about my very own car. It's my 2024 Honda Civic Sport. So I have a problem with this car right now, and the outer tie rod actually broke. So I decided, why not make a whole video about this car and show you guys the backstory of where this car came from, what problems it had, what problems got fixed, and what problems it still has. So these first clips that you guys are about to see is me working on the car from 2025, January 2025, over a year ago, over almost a year and a half ago. And I'm just gonna be going back and forth between clips. A lot of these clips are from back then, so the quality might not be as good, but it's kind of just give you guys a little backstory on this car, a little backstory on what happened to it, what's been fixed, and what problems are still there. Hey, what is up, guys? Oh, look at the weather outside. Zooming down here. Bro, the whole ground's moving. Man, it is muddy as it gets, but we gotta work on this thing. So we got about like 6-7 boxes that came in. By the end of this video, this car should be running and drive. So the first box, you can't drive if you don't got a good axle. So we got ourselves, I think, almost brand new looking axle. It is OEM. 2024 Honda Civic axle. The problem is the other axle. Let me tell you guys what happened. This part ripped out and this part is left in there. So I gotta take a crowbar, pry it into here, pop it out right now, and then install this new axle in there. And I don't want it to get all dirty and stuff, so we're gonna put it back in here. This is the first box of like 7, I believe, that came in. So I'm just gonna try to do this quickly, but it's probably gonna take a while. Let's just get to it. All right, so guys, this was the little culprit. So this is what I was talking about. The other part of the axle ripped out of this boot, or whatever you call it. And only issue or problem you could say is some of the transmission oil came out, but I have 4 new liters or quarts, whatever, of transmission oil. So what I'm thinking about doing is I might just end up going and draining all the oil, collecting all of it, putting a new one in there. Or it looked like there was about like an 1/8, so I might just fill up an 1/8 up into there, and if the transmission drives smoothly, we're all set. But now that we got the axle in, the rest of this should be quite simple, and I think we're gonna start putting together this whole entire right side of the wheel. Right here, I'm about to put this bad boy on. This bolt right here, boom, straight through. Hold that right there. You got this bolt, boom, and then the little one goes up here. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna put this lower control arm on. Hey guys, just wanted to come back to current day right now and tell you guys the backstory of this car. So when I first bought this car, it actually didn't drive or even start for like the first 1 to 2 months, because I was working on different things on the car and kind of just, you know, coming back and forth from school and things like that. And so what I actually ended up doing was I ended up jumping the starter from a different car, and it started for the first time ever. I put it into initial ignition, started the thing, it worked amazing. So what you guys are gonna see right now is you're gonna see me fix up some wiring. There was some ripped up wiring which didn't allow it to start, the car to start, and then also the starter being jumped. And the excitement that you guys hear is because it was like a mystery, like why is it not working, and it was just so many different things that we had to go through just to even figure it out. Check this out. So we got ourselves wire cutter, heat shrink gun, or whatever you want to call it. Cover this back up. Soldering thing that we're gonna be using. And we have to actually have the whole entire soldering kit in here. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm soldering. Here's what we got going on. We got 3 wires in here. There's green, blue, and pink one. That I'm gonna be soldering up today, make sure everything's all good with it. Yep. I'm very happy right now so far with how this is turning out. I got 1 wire done. I'll show you guys. Blue wire right here. Already soldered it and put a shrink wrap on it onto the next 2 wires. I will show you guys the next one soldered before I actually put the wrap on it. First step done. We have the wire right there, twisted, and that thing on there ready for after. So now I'm gonna apply the soldering to it. Check this out. Boom, everything's wired up. Got the electrical wire tape on this end. Then I'll go put some of this plastic protective over this wire, and hopefully I will be done by then. Guys, I'm under here. So what we got now is we got it's kind of fat to be honest, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it over the whole thing and then electrical tape all around to make sure it holds in. So let me go like this. Make sure it holds in, and yeah, so we're just gonna install this onto whatever is left over there. And now at the end of the saw, all the wiring is done. This is all that we are left with. Just a nice little thing that looks like there's no issues. Bro, the exhaust is off, but bro, freaking jump this piece. Let's freaking go. I broke the starter though, which sucks, but put it back together for just this, and dude, it freaking works. Oh my goodness.
Good. Like,
let's freaking go. Yeah, that exhaust, bro, I'll put that on in no time. Dude, this thing is amazing, bro, freaking running. All right, guys, back to current day. You saw my excitement. But with this car, that excitement is short-lived. This car is giving me so many problems, and I don't understand it. You guys are gonna see right now what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I'm showing you guys this for proof. Look, terminals are on. If we come over here into the car, you've got to be kidding me. Now it works. Guys, I'm not making this up. I'm genuinely not making this up. This car would always not work. And what would happen is it would be working good, and then randomly when I would turn it off, or randomly whenever I not even turn off power off, let it sit for like literally 30 minutes to an hour, it would randomly stop working. They would get no power to the car. The light would be flickering, and now all of a sudden, somehow, some way, it's working again. So the electrical issue happened whenever I bought an aftermarket mirror, and I had the fans blowing on the highest heat on the front windshield. And as I was turning the mirror to set it to the right setting, what happened was there was a very big blow, like pff, popping noise, and then I lost power to all controls of the AC. And then when I turned the car off and tried to turn it back on, it wouldn't start anymore. All right, check this out. I got negative power coming from the battery terminal. Whatever, it's right here. I got a piece of metal in that one. Look, this, when I touch it, oh, when I touch it, turns on, let go, turns off. So I touch it, boom. Whole car starts, everything's normal. Those are all just codes that you get when you unplug a battery. Like, it'll go away once I start driving. But then, watch me let go of this, watch me let go of the power button. Gets no power. Look, all the codes that are gonna start popping up even more. Boom. Gauges, boom. Parking, it doesn't know what it's in. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. That doesn't even work. What's it called? Transmission code comes on, everything comes on. And then look, when I touch it again, boom. That now starts working again. Some codes go away. Look, I'm gonna let go of it right here. I'm gonna let go of it. Ready? Boom, everything falls back down. Boom, things cooked. So yeah, guys, to be honest with you, this problem is still recurring. There's 2 things that do help it though. When that happens, there's 2 times it happens. There's a time that it happens where there's no power at all to the button, and the button doesn't light up at all, nothing. There's a second time that it happens whenever there's flickering. When the button is flickering really little light is flickering there, but it won't start. Like even if you put your foot on the pedal, it would be very lightly flickering, as if there's a loose wire somewhere or something is messed up. But what does temporarily fix it is unplugging the battery for like 5 to 10 minutes, which is why we did initially think that it was the BCM, because when researching, it says that when the capacitors inside the BCM discharge, it kind of resets the BCM in a way, and allows it to work again temporarily until it messes up again. So that's what we thought, but trying the new BCM always worked until one time we tried it again, and the new BCM also stopped working as well, and fixing this. So now I'm kind of stuck. So honestly, if you guys know this problem or had this problem or have an idea of what it could be, write down in the comments below, because anything would honestly help. And the reason that we thought it was the BCM is because the BCM controls things. It's your body control module, so it controls things such as like the power windows and the lock unlock, and the initial ignition when you press the button. It's what sends it. The signal goes through the BCM to your starter, to your motor, to your ECM, to get everything waking up. And so it made sense. It made sense for it to be the BCM, because of that loud popping noise that I did hear in the dash, close to the dash, which the BCM is up under, like for the Honda Civics, it's on your driver's side where your knees are at, and it's kind of up in there, behind the dash pretty much. So like the noise was coming from around that area, and everything made sense for it to be that. But it didn't work when we did it again. So the one lesson I have learned from this, guys, do not buy aftermarket mirrors. I don't know how on earth this has happened. This never has happened to me. We've always bought aftermarket mirrors, but putting the front windshield fan on the max and moving the mirror electronically caused there to, I guess, be a surge maybe somewhere where there wasn't enough power to provide, to allow both of those to work at the same time. Which what I'm thinking is that the aftermarket mirror pulled too much current, since they probably don't regulate it. They probably don't like put limits on it, and it caused there to be an issue now. All right, so you guys saw a bit of the electrical issues, but now let's actually start working on the car. Let's go do the suspension, and let's go fix the whole reason I made this video in the first place, which was that outer tie rod popping out. Check this out, guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys. How the little ball right there, it completely ripped out of the outer tie rod. So now we're gonna take that apart, and then we're gonna put a new one in. I'm going to right now replace the suspension that I have. So suspension right here, I got a brand new suspension, putting it on this new wheel. Guys, I'm not even lying. I'm in like genuine like hatred on the way that they design this stupid thing. Guys, just to get this shock out, it's not on bolts. So you have to like literally hammer it out because it gets clamped down. And guys, one thing I will say, after doing this car and doing this side of this car, get the right tools. I went to my neighbor's house and I got this Ugga Dugga, and it took that axle bolt off right away. I tried with so many things, nothing would take it off. That right there, that Ugga Dugga took it off. But guys, look how far we've gotten. We're about to put that new one on, and hopefully it'll all be good. All right, guys, I messed up. I put the wrong shock on at first, but now I got the right one on. I'm gonna go buy the stabilizer link right now, and then that'll make it so there's enough spacing in between where these won't hit, because right now we're holding it up. That's the only reason these are not hitting. So we're gonna buy that. I'm gonna put it in, and then I'm gonna be able to put in this axle, and then I'm gonna be able to fully finish at least one shock on this car. This has been a headache because I didn't have the right tools. I wasn't doing it the right way, but learning every single car we learn. All right, guys, I came back from the store, got my stabilizer link. I'm gonna put this on right now, tighten everything down, and then take this thing for a spin, and honestly see if there's any more clicking noise, because there was clicking noise. That was one of the problems. Another problem is I think the rubber bushings, like on my lower control arm and things like that, are bad, so I'm gonna have to probably replace that eventually. But let me show you the only reason. So this car tested me today. I wasn't gonna even do this anymore. I was just gonna be like, you know what, I'm putting everything back. But let me show you something. This right here, this bolt was seized, and when I say seized, like I mean seized up in there. And I even put a Allen wrench key in there, and it was just stripping it, everything. I tried to grind it off in the back, and there was a plate in the back. So this suspension was already bad no matter what. But now I got a good new suspension. I'm gonna put on my new stabilizer link, and hopefully this car will drive better. All right, guys, the final bolts right here to finish off our suspension. All right, guys, I'm gonna go take this thing for a test drive. Today's been a long day. Hopefully everything's good and it drives good and the noise goes away. So yeah, guys, it looks like genuinely all the noise is still here. That was here prior. But you know what? I'm done for today. This car has already taken a lot of my day today and my time, but it's all right. So I ended up changing out this suspension. So yeah, guys, that was a successful passenger side suspension strut, whatever you want to call it, replacement. This is kind of like a shorter video today. This is just like to get a video out there. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that needs to happen just for even these videos to come out. Videos regarding the Accord, we're waiting on parts. We're waiting on time to be able to do things, guys, because I still go to college. I got exams coming up, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot of being busy. But at least I got this done, which took way too much of my time. I think the worst part when you're first working on something on a car is figuring out what is the easiest and fastest way to do it. So I figured out the easiest and fastest way. Definitely don't take shortcuts when you're working on cars. Do everything the right way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It might be next week. It might be the week after that. But I definitely want to start trying to push more videos out. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys comment down below. You know, anything that you guys want to say, you know, comment down below. How are you guys feeling on these videos? How are you feeling on the time-lapse format over the editing format, like editing multiple clips of me working on the car rather than time-lapse? It was just kind of me more by myself today, like working. So I decided to do a lot of time lapses for you guys. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video. Peace.